Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Alton Towers. I believe this is episode 9 now. Certainly making our way through the series and through the park. Now, obviously, at the end of the last episode, or during the whole of last episode, I built the Smiler, which you can see down here, and that kind of finished off X Sector as a whole, with Oblivion, with the KFC, with the Enterprise, and the arcade. There's not a lot more down in X Sector. That is pretty much that area finished now, and obviously that, along with CBeebies Land and Spinball Wizard, etc., down here. We've got Tower Street and the main entrance. Now that is obviously looking very nice and compact and sort of very sort of detailed when you look at it like this. However, I'm at 96% now, so I've got to make a decision. Obviously, I'm not, I'm sure from the start you've realised that I won't be able to fit this whole thing into one map. So, what I'm going to be doing in this episode is I'm going to be building the towers themselves. So the towers are based sort of around this sort of area. You see, you kind of face them as you come down Tower Street. They do stand out. They are obviously the main feature of the park. This episode isn't going to be anywhere near as long or as detailed as the previous couple. But that's mainly because I'm not building one of the major attractions in this one. But at the same time, I didn't want to cram. I didn't want to cram too much in all the episodes. Some episodes are obviously more detailed, some aren't. And that's what I like about this series is I don't want to. I want to mix it up, and I don't want to just kind of rush my way through it. I want to make it, a good replica of the park. I want to make it a good, a good replica on all areas of the park as well. Not just the main attractions that everyone is here for. So, yeah, I'm going to be building the towers. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fit it in with the build counter where it is. And then I'll make a decision on what I'm going to do as to whether do I use the glitch on console to try and pack a little bit more in, or do I start on another map and carry on with another section of the park. So yeah, that's my sort of little dilemma. I've got to decide at the moment. But for now, I am just going to build the towers. So I shall come back shortly. Once I've got a bit of progress on there and you can see what I've been up to. Okay, so I did promise you this was going to be a very short episode, and I've kept my word. It is, and I have completed the towers building. Now I'm not for this map. Obviously, as I've talked about in previous episodes, my plan for this, to do Alton Towers on Planet Coaster console is to do separate maps of the different areas, because obviously we've got the build counter. I'm not be able to fit it all into one map, so it will be over separate maps. So what I'm doing is on the next map there will be the towers and there will be the rest of the towers building behind, which leads into Hex, which is an indoor dart ride, and it will also then accompany the sort of the Dark Forest, which is where Rita and 13 are, and it will also have the what is known as David Walliams' world, or the world of David Walliams now, based on his books, or what used to be known as Cloud Cuckoo Land, which is like another child area, probably not quite as young as CBeebies, but still a relatively young audience for that area. So, essentially, I've done the towers. So as you walk up from X Sector here, you can come out the two paths and you slowly walk up the hill. You have this weird sort of open area where you can kind of sit down. This little road leads off. If you go on Google Maps, there's some little fencing here, hence why I've put that there. And there is a staff car park down here. So I've just put some vehicles and a bin and some barriers, etc. And then I appreciate that's not the most it's not quite a small slope, but there we go. I'm sure the vehicles can manage. And then this kind of leads down. I wasn't going to waste any path on the build counter any further. This kind of leads down to the edge of the park. So if you follow this down, it leads out to the end there. So obviously staff maintenance can get in to that section, to the towers. And then if essentially you can walk right in front of the towers here. And as you kind of look at it, the right hand side of the towers here is actually in quite good condition, and I know this has just had the stained glass on the towers refurbished as well. Annoyingly, the path won't go close to the wall. In front of the building here, you have what presumably was a moat at one point. I'm assuming. It has this kind of ditch here, but obviously in this game you can't quite get the path to go very close to that. So I've had to kind of spray the ground a little bit with another shade of grass just to kind of give off that sort of feeling. So that's why that's there. You can walk down in front of this, and then as you get around to this section, this is where the ruins come in. Now, if I show you from above, that's sort of what it looks like on Google Maps. And then from the back of here, it does extend out. There is some more bits to the towers, but the rest of this is based on, it's where Hex is based, basically. Hex is a Vekoma Madhouse ride, if you want to have a Google as to what one of those is. That is as far as I am going in this map, just because, as I say, I'll be moving on to in the next map. I am at 100% with a warning sign, as you can see at the bottom of the screen there. I've had to use the blueprint glitch just to give me an extra 1%, quite literally, and I'm not even joking. This last bit of path here, I wanted this path to join from down here, because you can kind of come across this open area with two separate footways. And this path I managed to build all the way along here, thinking, I'm going to do it. And I got to this point here, and from here to the top, which is like nothing, which is like that little stretch, I'd reached the limit and it wouldn't let me build. So what I had to do was I had to install the entrance down here as a blueprint. I have saved the Alton Towers rocks, I've called them, which are here. I can't obviously put it in now because the reading's too high, but basically all the rocks in the middle here, and then the buildings on this side, I basically just saved as a blueprint, and deleted them from the map, and then put them back in as a blueprint, and that gave me an extra couple of percent. Thank you to Michael from M&J Games for the advice on doing that, because I've not used the glitch before, and it worked a treat. Normally you do them with coasters, because coasters take up a lot of build count percentage. But with the coasters that I've got in here, is this open? Yeah, it is open. With the coasters I've got in here, they're not actually very big coasters. Obviously we have the Smiler is a big coaster, with the track layout there. The Oblivion is very short. Oblivion obviously just literally goes up underground and back out, and then as we go over here, Spinball Wizard is probably the second biggest coaster in the park, and then this one is, this is even less than Oblivion. So there's only 4 coasters technically in there. So trying to do blueprints with them was a little bit tricky. So, but no, it's all worked out in the end. It's all worked perfectly. I'll just show you what it looks like at night time. I've just got some lights underground just to kind of shine up the walls and give that little effect off. And obviously we've just got a few lampposts going across the front. And that is essentially map 1 of Alton Towers complete. Obviously I've got the coming soon sign there just to show you where I'll be off to next. I'll be heading down this way to continue the build. And I've also got a coming soon sign down here. I won't be uploading this to the workshop until the whole park is finished. I want to make sure it's all uploaded together, all as one, just in case for whatever reason I need to change something, etc. So I won't be uploading that until this park, until it's done, which will be some while yet. It is taking me longer to do these, I've just realised there's a little gap there, but I'm sure I'll manage with that. Yeah, it is taking me a little while longer to film some of these episodes, and so yeah, apologies for that. But a lot of time is being taken up by my personal life at the moment, in terms of job and other commitments. So yeah, apologies for that, but I will try and get these out weekly on Thursdays. If I do miss one, I do apologise. But you know, like I say, it sometimes can't be helped. But in this map, this is map 1 of Alton Towers. The park entrance, Towers Street, CBeebies Land, X Sector, and the towers themselves. And I am really, really happy with how that has all turned out. I think that looks. I think it looks quality. The monorail, obviously, to the left, kind of looks a bit out of place, so we'll just kind of ignore that. We'll do that there. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with how that's turned out. I think that really does represent Alton Towers really well if you've never been there. The water down in the middle just needs adjusting because the water does stretch down a little bit further because it gets down towards Mutiny Bay, where you have battle galleons, which is like a boat ride. So yeah, the water kind of comes down a little bit, but for the sake of this park, it kind of does the job. For the sake of this map, where you can kind of, you know, as you look out to the towers, you can kind of just see the water there before the hill up. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you do want to see where I go next on map 2. Looking forward to Hex, and I can give you a little clue now that the guy I thank in every single episode that I do on this, Boz Midget Slayer, who made this Alton Towers sign and who made the CBeebies Land sign here. He has made me a sign for Hex that you will absolutely love. So make sure you stick around next week for that. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.